Ladies and Germans, how you all doing? This is Con Ulrich.
I'm Mangru, hello, hello, hello.
And folks, today, of course, bringing you some more fighting on the map of Slutsk East with that lovely little kind of dangling island there between two wide plains. Ryan, who's fighting and with what?
Well, on the left-hand side in blue, we have ourselves Flakpanzon playing as 78th Sturm with a Vanguard income. And on the right-hand side, we have Gensei playing Polish Home Army with a Maverick income.
So you and I were talking about this just beforehand. I love seeing little things like the Chwat down in the southeast corner. You were telling me about it a little bit. What's going on there?
Yeah, it's pretty much just a hatcher that the Poles managed to capture during the uprising. And, you know, you mean Khan? We love seeing good old captured vehicles.
Yes, we do. Actually, interestingly enough, I also looked up the Chwat basically just means, or Chwat means daredevil, which is kind of interesting. So, the man with no fear, the tank destroyer with no fear.
Maybe the tank destroyer is just blind.
Well, it was buried in rubble until it wasn't uncovered until 1946, or so the encyclopedia would say. But maybe you're right. Let's take a look at his accuracy real quick. I don't know, 45%. I guess that's a little lower than half. So yeah, he might be blind. You're right.
50-50.
Indeed. But tell me a little bit more about the Polish Home Army over here, the Army Krakowa.
Yeah, it's kind of like Demi Brigade from SD44, if anyone's played it. Pretty much a lot of infantry spam. It's all just kind of all over the place, but it's pretty good infantry spam. You don't get a lot of tanks, but you got a few captured Panthers and a captured Tiger and a captured Panzer IV. But yeah, not much in terms of artillery or air power, especially you have to really rate till sea phase. So it's very much like a CQC division. You want to get in close, you want to use the infantry, and you want to make sure the few tanks that you have stay alive, because you can't really replace them.
That definitely sounds pretty accurate. Now, one thing I do want to make a quick call out for is that isn't the 78 Sturm going to be more the competitive with a lot of this infantry?
Yeah, they got stab fusions and big elite units, so I mean, are pretty much the best infantry in game. So it's going to be a little bit tough for the Polish army to deal with. Fortunately, though, for Gensei, is that 78th doesn't have a lot in terms of heavy armor, so he's not going to have to worry about dealing with Panthers and Tigers, which is a pretty big issue of home army, as you don't have a lot of ground-based heavy AT apart from the few Panthers or Tigers that you get.
Well, and that giant armada down to the south, the Capture Pack 75.
Hmm.
But yeah. Now, one other thing that I was thinking about breaking mention of, which I guess we can probably wait a little bit longer. Looking at these Stokes here, wait, you were saying that Gensei can kind of wait until Phase C, so why is he going for a Maverick build?
Well, but you pretty much with Polish home army, you want to get, you try to run in the first two phases. That's where you got a lot of your stuff. But in C phase, you get reinforced by like Polish rifle division units, T-70, some T-34, some better artillery in that regard. So you can actually play Polish home army as a C phase division. But it's usually better to try to just knock him out early on where you have your huge strovs of Polish home army infantry.
Can I just say I love the ammo breakdowns and the weapon breakdowns, like the Gruppe Sturmovie with MP44s, K98s, and MPG42s. Meanwhile, the guy right next to him has Sten gun. The guy next to him's got MP40s. I mean, this is all over the freaking place.
Yep, it is just a little bit of everything.
The mortar in the north, 80 mil mortar, he is getting himself into the fight, causing some issues towards those Germans. And it's a surprisingly mild breakout over here from Flakpanzon.
Yeah, it's he's actually holding pretty defensively. I mean, he's got some Ersatz troop in the middle. He's not going to be pushing up with, and he's not doing too great down south. The hatches do beat out Stugs, I'd have to say, in terms of a head-on engagement. But yeah, Gensei's managed to get a very good position early on, especially down south.
Wow, he's been trotted.
Oh god, rip that Stug.
Indeed. And we actually have a couple of these. I don't even know why the. We're going for the Ochos over here. The Ochos are coming to the western side of that town. An early airplane coming in? What is that, really? Wow.
Yeah, that's a Recon 109. Not something you see a lot often anymore, because you only get one per card in A phase in terms of that
Yeah.
airplane. So it's, I mean, it's very good, because he's probably getting some lovely eyes on on the Polish Home Army stuff, but
Can we talk about that little cute Kubis right there? I mean,
yeah,
atrocious silhouette. But can we just talk about that bad boy?
best unit in game.
Oh yeah, Piat. Piat means you can just Piat wherever you want to, and that'll become yours.
And unlike the sword, it also has a machine gun, so it's really, it's really stepping up in the sword game.
Well, you just basically tell people to sod off. Got it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We are going to have this early Pack 40 also engaged in the Chwat, and I don't know if I really like that Hetzer being so far... there we go.
Yeah, there we go. He's been shorted.
He certainly has. Now, of course, there is stuff going on to the north. We actually have a mortar that's engaging up north, but I was trying to see if this kind of mild German aggression was going to come to anything. I don't think that it will.
No, not really. I mean, you got some Bavarians here. It's on... Yeah, Flakpanzon really bringing more of the worst infantry you can get with 78. The Bavarians and Ersatz are just... There's not really any point taking them, honestly, when you already have STG options.
Well, it's confusing me because we even have these mortars for dropping rounds way too far back. Like, this is something to me to be like, okay, well, I gotta drop by about 200 meters or so.
I think I have a little bit of lag with the radio.
Maybe. But I can tell you one thing, it doesn't have lag with the radio, is that sniper. He is more than happily starting to gun down some of this Ersatz troop, and so he's just decreasing the surplus population, which I guess is not something too terrible. They're quite wild. Okay, I was like, I saw this Kubis over here starting to engage, and I was like, is he firing his Piat at people? Like, what's he doing? No, he's engaging the infantry to the north. But we're actually seeing a counterpunch to the south. 2 squads of Pioneers, 3 squads of Elite Pioneers, and an 81mm stovepipe who's going to start engaging that Kubis in the town. Will that be enough, do you think?
I mean, but those big Elite Pioneers are extremely deadly. I mean, STGs, G43s, and grenade bundles, shine me up. So if they can get into the town, they should be able to clear a lot of his Polish stuff, honestly. I mean, the Polish stuff is... Yeah, those odd shows are more just kind of like cannon fodder units, kind of like Bavarians in a way.
Well, one thing that's also happening here is his Pack 40 is trying to get that sniper the Daniel Jackson treatment. Not Daniel Jackson, excuse me, the Jackson treatment. Daniel Jackson, he's on a planet far, far away. And while I'm missing it up top, too, we have another mortar, another MG42, and then 3 Flammenwerfers. So the Germans are quite insistent on pushing back this home infantry with the Obercobras. And the... Ooh, is that a knockoff? That's a knockoff Bren gun, isn't it? 24 mil Madsen, the Ubko Orakash, whatever.
I think that's the Danish LMG.
Interesting.
That's like a very... If it's a Madsen gun, that's really old.
Yeah, well, it's 8mm, so, I mean, 8mm ammo wasn't really used after about 1922. Don't quote me on that, but I think it's roughly about that. But yeah, I guess when you don't have anything, you're going to take whatever you have.
Mm-hmm. Grab what you can get. I mean, you also got those Browning WZs, 1928, which I believe are Czech license bar guns.
Deck license?
Yeah, like under Czech license. Or something similar.
Okay. Well, one thing I'm finding interesting is that despite the fact that I feel like the Poles are outgunned, they are 15-9. They got 12 minutes away of getting Flakpanzon really unto death here.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just really due to the fact Flakpanzon, he's not playing with the STG guys. He's been using a lot of his Ersatz troop and the Bavarians, like I said, and they're just not that great, unfortunately. You're really just missing out not taking guys with assault rifles. I mean, you've seen down south, the big Elite Pioneers are actually making some pretty good progress in the town.
And nuking their own guys with bundle grenades, but yes.
A little bit of friendly fire.
Also, we see the recon plane come back in, and he's starting to get pounded by that Flak 38, so going to beat a hasty retreat there. Also worth noting, I'm surprised, You have this MG42 being used offensively on the absolute north, so it's just really interesting. I'm trying to see these counter punches, and they're happening, but they're happening at a snail's pace.
Yep, he's also got those flaming rifle troops he's moving up. Getting some pretty good hits, but they are a little bit exposed. And oh god, yeah. That Stug did not want to be on that road that day.
Nope.
He's a very dead Stug.
Oh, well. Wow. Yeah, that's rough. Flammenwerfer's coming to the center. Where are they trying to go? Okay. Maybe we'll see a push trying to take this northern central. You see how we have these two clumps of buildings over here?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we'll see a push going into that southern clump, just above the main line of the actual map itself. Don't know that we're going to see too much coming out of that. Again, a very, very slow push. And add in the fact that we have mortars, yeah, 105s and 80 mils. Yeah, that's not going to go particularly well. No, sir.
Not at all. But yeah, Gensei's is, I mean, definitely having that like middle southern hill position, like the island hill. That's such a good like spot to hold on to. As from it, he can screen or shoot down into the far southern area. He's not really taking advantage of it at the moment, but he's got a pretty good defensive line there. And yeah, Flakpanzon really just trying to take that far southern town, moving up his big elite pioneers, but he just can't get close enough. Gensei's got a good firing line.
Yeah, we've actually seen two cross Aufklärers being brought in. That's a very, very bizarre decision.
They just want to get some reconnaissance very close to the enemy front line.
I'm very confused what's going on right now. There's a couple of points here that could be just that are being gifted, I think, to, I was going to say the Russians, but to the Reds over here. Specifically that northern posting. Right about we see the stovepipes are north central on the left side. Well, what's the proper play? How do we get around this?
Well, it's B phase now, and okay, he's got some shootings, so that's definitely a step up compared to the Bavarians. But hopefully we'll see some Sturm shootings for Flakpanzer, or Flakpanzon, I should say. But shootings are definitely a very good squad. Just pretty much Panzer Grenadier on steroids essentially. With all those MG42s, you can make short work of a lot of infantry.
Here's the fallback, though. Is he making a good decision by interspersing his armor up and down the line, or should he be collecting it? Because I could see this going both ways, so I'm just curious what your thoughts are.
That's a very good point. I think in terms of fighting home army, you can definitely get rid of it, because those Stugs can pretty much steal the majority of the home army tanks, if they decide to bring any. I mean, they can bring Tigers and Panthers, but even then the Stug has a chance to actually penetrate him, to be entirely honest. So, yeah, he just really needs to have the fire support all over. And it's kind of hard, not impossible, but a little bit harder with 78th to do a, quote-unquote, like, Panzer push.
Well, interesting, to the north we see, well, 5 shoots in squads. It was going to be 6, but 5 shoots in squads. But unfortunately are now all hopping out early because of that one Pack 50, which is just really strange to me. They've been quite that dominant.
Yeah, but we do have some artillery out now, some more artillery out now from Flakpanzer. Also, we accidentally, and definitely must have been an accident unloading that Pack 40 all the way in the back lines, yeah. But hopefully the 80 run mill, because everything is so clumped up north. He knows he must know what a pack gun is. He can pound a rate, yeah, and the shooting should be able to deal. Yeah, they can beat the Ochos up north.
Oh, easily.
Yeah.
Easily. That is definitely not something you want to be bringing to the fight. We are going to see... Oh, no, it's okay. I thought the Pack 50 is going to start to shell the Schutzen, but no, I'm wrong. That only has AP rounds.
Yeah, we got like another push in the middle here. And finally we got some Sturm shootings and regular shootings from Flakpanzon. But he's having a little bit of a hard time running across an open field.
Yeah, who'd have thunk?
Which fortunately for him is not too much firepower being shot down from him, so he might be able to get an infantry or two up top, but it's really going to rely more on like fire supports such as Stugs, etc. to really help out.
Well, checking into that northern push, yep, the anti-tank gun gets seen and the anti-tank gun gets killed.
Yep. Yep, those Shushions are in position with the artillery. Flakpanzon might be able to reverse things up north a little bit at least.
If he's gonna do it though, he's gotta hurry up. He's only got 6 minutes.
Yeah, because in terms of like long-range engagements, in terms of division, he really has the advantage. I mean, you can get Pak 43s and S-Horns for crying out loud. Those are the best long-range weaponry in game.
Very true. I do like this bit of this kind of elan as the infantry tries to get across, but no, this is that 76 too over here. There's some heavy artillery being thrown up to the north. 105. That 105 is going to cause havoc.
Mm-hmm.
And if they're not careful, this is going to completely shut down the entire German push.
Yeah.
Might still do that anyway.
Yeah, with home army you don't get a lot of artillery, so you really have to make it count. And Gensei's been doing a pretty good job with his artillery, I'd have to say. Even using some his free anti-tank guns as artillery, it seems. Or no, that's a direct fire support and shootings.
Well, if that's not enough, an IL-2 will do just fine. So there's going to be 3 surrender Schützen pretty quickly here. Even though, there's going to be some friendly fire. There will be some friendly fire, but there'll be surrender Schützen. I'd call it, yeah, I was going to say, I'd call it that attack run.
No need to race the rockets.
Nah. The Schützen have gained the heights, so the fight continues. It starts up on the little round top in the south central. As the Schützen get in there, which means that these flame troops are going to be dead. I don't care if you have a stun gun or not. That's not going to be enough.
Yeah. This is what Flakpanzon need to do. Just get these Sturmschützen up, get them close, and just let them do most of the talking. He's got the Stug being brought onto the hill, and that's going to provide some rather adequate fire support. Yeah. But yeah, just as long as he gets some more artillery, I think now that's what Flakpanzon really needs. Just the extra fire support.
That, and also getting in and not just like attack moving, to literally tell the troops to move, because if he doesn't get super close, get in knife tight, he's going to get walloped by artillery.
Yeah, that's very true. You want to get very danger close.
You can see in the town, for example, we have these. Oh wow, the Schade Serigere, or whatever you want to call them. Those guys are surprisingly heavily armed for being recon troops.
Yeah, you got. I mean, really, the big thing is the satchel charges help out quite a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Get some pretty, especially for recon, you can get some pretty sneaky kills doing that. Stug in the round top gets sniped, however, I think by the Pak 50 mil.
Is that about a Pak 50 mil? There's also a 45 mil that just got brought in as well.
There's also that sneaky bugger.
Now, it'd be nice if there's some German leadership in the south. I mean, 1-star Sturmschützen are great. Would be even better to have a little bit of boost there, just in case.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a very, very optimistic 3 squads of infantry being called into the southern side for the Poles, all the way on the western edge. Extremely optimistic.
Really want to go to Berlin?
Yeah, I'm not sure that's the way to Berlin. And we are all over the place right now in terms of territory. We have these weird kind of abstract fingers going places they shouldn't.
Oh yeah.
Like, buy that map dinner first.
Kind of looks like a face on the mini map. Like you got an eye,
Yes.
and you got the nose, and the hill kind of looks like a mouth.
Wait, are you saying the hills have eyes?
God damn it. They have mouths. They have mouths.
Oh, you're right. They
just eat you up, you know. It's like a hamburger hill.
Ooh, well done.
Thank you.
Well done. I wasn't thinking about that at all. Well done. We have ourselves a big of an armored train coming on in here. 4 Stugs. Getting split up 3 to one side, 4 to another. Interesting call there. And I think that the artillery has done its job, and the Ocho has come in to push back these Germans and these last brave souls on top of this hillside.
Yeah. It really is the real issue here. Flakpanzon just does not have the fire support. I mean, he has a much better artillery lineup compared to Gensei, but he has not really brought out any of that. And Gensei's just been doing a very good job, even though his infantry and head-on fight against Shuchens and Stem Shuchens don't have a great time when you're dropping high explosives on them. Doesn't really matter.
I'm amused, by the way, how the Ochos have the Molotov cocktail, and that's technically considered anti-tank.
Technically, yeah. Yeah, so I don't think they're fantastic against tanks, honestly, but goddamn, Molotovs can be a real party for infantry.
You know, if you look at those southern Germans, you can't help but feel that it almost looks like Stuarts are engaging them, how much firepower is going down on top of them.
Yep.
And Saperzi, well, that's going to be the end of those last Germans there. Are we going to see an 18 to nothing? Well, an 18 to 8, rather?
Getting pretty close. I mean, Flakpanzon's got some stugs up north. He doesn't really have infantry recon to help out, and now his stuff is getting strafed by 902.
Worth noting, by the way, the Poles are shelling their own troops on the Round Top.
Oh, that's... It's lovely.
A very unique decision. Yep, but frag rockets, you're right. Wow, I'm surprised you didn't actually get more freaked out than that.
It's but a flesh wound.
Indeed, I am surprised though. IL-2, another IL-2 coming after these central Stugs. Luckily for Flakpanzon, that's not going to be seen by his, 3 musketeers coming on forwards. But there's so much extra Polish equipment in the air, like I'd be terrified no matter what.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Gensei's managed to get a pretty good air force out. And Flakpanzon, he also doesn't have any flak to really deal with this. He definitely spent a little bit too much money on those thugs compared to other more important units. The thugs, I mean, it's a tank, and the enemy doesn't have tanks, which is nice. But artillery and anti-air artillery definitely would have been a little bit more useful in that battle.
Well, if nothing else, too. I mean, well done over here to Gensei for kind of doing as well as he did. I think he was kind of helped out by the fact that the deck over here for Flakpanzon maybe wasn't the best.
Yeah, I think Flakpanzon, like, really... I don't like tell people how to build their decks, because there's definitely ways you can get surprised, but you really should, with 78th, you really should just be taking the Shuchens and Stem Shuchens and Beg Leech whenever you can. Those are really the only 3 things that you need. You don't need the Ersatz, you don't need the Bavarings. You just want to bring assault rifles to a bow-action rifle fight.
Well, and if you're really concerned about that, especially if I can make the suggestion as well, if you really want to take the Bavarings, keep them until C. At that point, if you're running out of all your extra troopers, your Sturmschützen, your Schützen, you need that late game push, and you don't have a lot of income because you're running something like a Vanguard income, then put them in Phase C where they're much more price efficient and use them up then. Yeah. You're going to get, what, 12 or 18, I think it is at that point? It's an incredible number.
I think get a pretty decent amount like in B or C phase. I have not... I do not remember, but... Yeah. But yeah, Gensei did a really good job. Just could use fire support and infantry movement to push the close quarters areas and
yes, he did.
And take the match.
Yes, he did. But well done. Honestly, bad luck, Flak. Well done, Gen. And yes, so the Poles have risen, and they will rise again until, in this case, their lambs have become lions. Anything else there, Rang?
Oh. Nothing at all. Nothing at all.
Well, folks, until next time when Rang's got more to say, I'm Con Ulrich.
I'm Rangru. Take it easy.